So, we've learned.
Don't run into fire.
Yes, we have learned that ski is not made of asbestos.
Yes. So, as you can see, this hole is full of fire. And Shki was like, I'm gonna jump
go
right
in
into
there.
that.
Yeah.
And that didn't go so well. So,
I mean, he probably should have known he was already not made of fire-resistant asbestos from when he melted to death by standing in a room.
well, he didn't remember that because alternate timeline. Unfortunate for him.
And I
Okay.
love that CL's thing was like, "You're not immune to fire, idiot."
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand your feelings, but you can't stand in fire.
Yeah, fuck you, Kirei. Stupid priest thinks Satan plays by his rules.
Well, anyway, let's take our time this time.
Down we go. Well, I can't go down there now. The pit below is filled with azure flames as far as the eye can see. In the middle of it all, thus stands the towering vampire.
Maybe they meant their stands?
The stands. Maybe it was supposed to be a comma. In the middle of it all, the stands,
Yeah.
comma, the towering vampire. With like 4 versions of like, you got like Zawaldo over heaven.
Yeah.
You got like Star Platinum Zawaldo.
Yeah.
How many
That
versions
suck.
of the world? You got Diego's Zawaldo.
Yeah.
Vlav Archangel.
Great name for a vampire.
Apparently, it was not Romanian, it was Russian.
Oh,
I guess he's Russian.
yeah, sure.
Whatever. He's a vampire. I assumed he was from Romania.
I know.
Or Transylvania. Or...
Yeah. Easy to assume. Eastern Europe or
It
something.
appears that explosion didn't even scratch him.
Well, yeah.
What a monster. By human standards, he might as well be immortal. Because he is.
That's
Shki,
literally the point.
Shki, were you paying no attention during Vampire 101? He is immortal, as long as he keeps drinking people.
Right.
Like smoothies.
Yes.
By which I mean making other people to go drink people for him.
And then feed him like
And
a
then
baby
feed
bird.
him like a little baby bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, here's your people smoothie, my lord. Delicious regurgitated people smoothie.
Yeah, pretty much.
But even so. Even so, the figure in white still dances circles around him. Like a beautiful huntress darting and weaving through an orchard of flame and crumbling rubble. That figure in white is Ark. Yes, we know.
Obviously, yes.
Clearly, I can see. She leaps over the river of flames to close in on Vlov. I would like to think that his name is actually like Ovlov, but he took the O out in front of it so that his name wasn't Volvo backwards.
Oh. I don't know, maybe.
In his hand is some crude weapon. At a glance, it looks like a longsword, but its blade is shaped like a machete.
Okay. So maybe it's just a machete?
Ark, on the other hand, is fighting back against him with her bare hands. No, those look like her regular hands. She's only got legs to run and her clawed hands to strike. Okay, make up your mind. Are they clawed or are they bare?
Yeah.
Yet even so, this proves enough to counter Vlov's machete. He's forced backwards after one tremendous blow.
Ooh.
The wound left on his arm is deep enough for me to see the bone beneath,
Ooh, from there? Wow.
but the sight lasts only a moment.
Yeah.
By the time Ark slashes open Vlov's flesh, his blood is already flowing over it, repairing the gash. Ark warned me about this. Vampires won't die if they're killed, as long as their supply of blood isn't exhausted.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Sweet, delicious people smoothies.
Hmm.
It's just like she said. A wound fatal to any ordinary creature disappeared in the blink of an eye like it was never there.
Swings his heavy blade without fear. Oh. The Arc is careful not to overextend. Whenever she lands a blow, she quickly leaps back, just out of the blade's reach. She must be wary of him landing a counter-strike. No, that's not it. Her face says it all. She's enjoying the chase.
She a fucking Saiyan?
Maybe.
死ににくいだけがあなたの取り柄なの27層も質が落ちたものねこのまま奥の手も見せないで私に殺される
Stop fucking around and show me your noble phantasm already. I want to know what heroic spirit you are.
Yeah.
Does not look like a machete.
Well, I guess he just said the blade part. Like how it's, I don't know, long, straight, only edged on one side, but...
But, like, it appears to have a cross guard.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why he said it's kind of like a longsword, too, I guess.
Oh, he's grunting in Russian.
Oh.
Good to know. Blob's breathing comes out in ragged heaves. His morbidly pale skin is painted with anguish. He may be immortal, but there's a limit to his powers.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Even though he appears to be unharmed, Ark's dive bomb must have wrecked him. Maybe even dealt an otherwise fatal blow.
Oh, that would have been nice.
And in regenerating his entire body, he's burned through most of his energy.
Oh, that'd be good.
Ark's in a similar situation due to me killing her. That sort of thing must have taken its toll on Vlav, too. I take it she's thinking the same thing. So, she's distancing herself after each attack. Essentially baiting Vlav to move in for the kill, hoping he'll risk it all on a full-blown counterattack. The metallic ringing of blows reverberates through the air. Vlav's breathing is a mess.
Awful, foreboding chill creeps up his back. Ark's got the upper hand. Vlav is clearly getting exhausted.
Or he's fucking with her.
Yeah, maybe. So why am I feeling so uneasy watching all this unfold? It's as if Ark's claws are no longer hitting him like they were before. Worse, despite Vlav's ragged appearance, his swordplay, well, machete play, is still top-notch. It's as if he can see right through Ark's actions, anticipating and calculating her every move. Worst of all,
He does appear to have red eyes.
well, yeah, he is a vampire.
Do you have Sharingan?
I hope not. He still hasn't used that flaming claw of his yet. Oh. Vlav howls. The fire shudders and soars in response.
Vlav howls. I'm like, are we sure this guy's a vampire and not a werewolf?
I think he's a vampire. Swirling several meters high, the flames grow into an inferno that towers over the both of them. They then split into countless blazing branches, of which I only see 3. The underground Colosseum has morphed into a jungle of flame.
But it's not underground. There's a
Oh, no,
clear hole to the sky.
Well, yeah, it's not underground, but he means that it was underground until Ark opened it up.
But it's not now.
I
Now it's
know.
just a Colosseum.
Yeah, now it's just a crater. Walls of fire press in around Ark, blocking off her escape routes. At that moment, high above her, melting straight through the rubble, hands composed of heat stretch their fingers wide before slamming straight into her body.
Man, I really hope her clothing is fire retardant.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, like...
In that 1 second, the tides shift in Vlov's favor.
In a 180-degree fashion.
To his side, where they will stay.
Presumably. Anyway, can Ark turn this around?
Ark told me that she could withstand temperatures up to 3,000 degrees. Which, was clarified that the voice line was very clearly meant to be Celsius in Japanese.
Yeah, that figures.
But these flames just burned straight through concrete. They've got to be far hotter than that. Vlov stacked 3 of those fiery hands atop one another. Okay, putting more fire on top of existing fire does not make the fire hotter.
I think he just meant, that it's gonna overlap and stop her from escaping.
A strike like that wouldn't even leave ashes behind. She never had a chance of escape, and now the fire only serves to lap up its prey. That's how it ends for the woman in white, incinerated without a trace.
Oh.
Roll credits.
Yeah.
That is, if this had happened last night.
Oh, clothing change.
Ah, damn.
Okay.
The flames part. A white skirt flutters in the wind. Somehow she changed her skirt and her entire wardrobe.
I don't know.
My gaze is glued to the scene, mesmerized by her transformation. I'm sitting here like, how the fuck did she get new clothes? Where did the clothes come from? Could she spawn clothes? Is she Piccolo? Does she have clothes beam?
Well, to be fair, in Carnival of Phantasm, she does have a Magical Girl spin-off.
I wonder if Piccolo's gonna have that sparking zero. Clothes beam.
Oh, God. That would be funny.
Easily his most Metro attack. He told me all about it. Got a plan. I'll remake my body beforehand. This black and white battle dress must be the culmination of her plan. A piece of armor that can withstand the heat of Vlov's flames.
Okay.
Wonder if it looks the way it does because it absorbed his flames or if Ark made it that way.
Hard to say.
Either way, the flames have no effect on her now. Somehow, the battle garment protects her bare skin as well. Don't question it.
I think her skin's actually fine because she's remaking her body and all.
Her plan went off without a hitch. Ark's victory was all but assured once she figured out that fire was Vlov's main weapon of attack back in the hotel. Fire and surprise, his 2 weapons.
Yes.
Fire supplies machetes.
Yeah.
3. And maniacal devotion to the Pope. Vlov assails her with more fiery claws. But Ark bats them away with a casual flick of her left wrist. And as easily as parting her hair, she cleaves through the wall of flames, scattering them left, right. The sparks that manage to touch her white dress sizzle and fade into submission.
Huh.
Her golden hair streaks behind her like a shooting star. If a spark hits her dress, she's like, I give up, I surrender, please.
Yeah.
Don't kill me.
Oh.
The way she moves and swings her claws now is unlike anything I've seen her do so far. Vlov is forced to stumble back, helpless against her onslaught. The difference between them is astounding. It's hardly even a contest anymore. Vlov went from hunter to hunted the second his flames were rendered useless. Ark is absolutely relentless, inflicting fatal wound after fatal wound as she corners the vampire. The only reason Vlov's still standing must be because he's still got some blood in reserve.
Yeah, he's gonna try and keep healing the wounds.
That'll run out sooner or later, especially since there's no one left in the area for him to feed off of. Except for you.
Well, yeah.
All that's left is that which already flows within his body, and in mine.
Right.
Just a few more hits like this, and that'll be gone too. He'll be starved. Once he no longer possesses the fuel he needs to regenerate, he'll be little more than a regular corpse. That is true. When you can't keep pumping mana into your regeneration, then suddenly you do just die to removal.
Well, yeah.
Then again, half the removal in the game also says you can't be regenerated out of it now, so...
Yeah.
A plea for mercy. Undignified, like a spoiled child. Gone is his skillful display with the machete. His swings turn wild and graceless as he haphazardly lunges at Ark, almost like he were trying to cast away his fears. But she doesn't miss her chance to retaliate.
Oh.
The vampire cries as he leaps into the air. Getting away from Ark takes every last ounce of blood-fueled power that he has. The blood-fueled power. Like, he's leaping into the legs by just, like, chopping his legs off at the knee and using his blood as, like, a booster rocket. But suddenly this is just fucking undead unluck in here.
Or, like, he, you know, jumped so hard that it damaged his legs and had to regenerate them or something.
He flees, soaring higher and higher, aiming past the confines of the crater. Even a 40-meter deep crater isn't enough to keep him trapped. It's likely that he intends to scour the surface for more blood to replenish his supply. It's a really good thing there's no humans left in the area.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, well, that's the thing.
But ivy wraps around his legs before he has a chance to escape.
Ah.
When did you get plant powers? We knew you had chains. When did you get plant tentacles?
I'm waiting to see if they explain her powers.
It sprouts from the earth in a flash, tangling itself around the vampire with incredible force, and drags him right back into the center of the hole. Well, I'm out of here. Yoink!
No.
No, you're not.
Says no, you're not going anywhere.
Nah, bro, I'll come back. Plants! I hate plants!
No, it's poison ivy. It itches so badly.
Oh god! I've never felt pain like this. The river of fire at Blob's feet is reignited.
That is his fire, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I watch as the azure flames turn the ivy to ashes. But it's not enough to release him of the shackles. New vines spring forth from this topsoil of ashes.
Huh. How lucky.
No matter how many times he burns through them, the chains remain unbroken, reviving again and again like a phoenix. Even the immortality of a vampire pales in comparison to nature's infinite cycle of rebirth. These vines are that cycle made manifest. Short of burning down the entire planet, there's no way to escape them. No amount of vampiric powers or curses can extinguish nature's breath. Ark dashes in his direction. Everything about her posture and demeanor tells me that she's going in for the final blow. She's already crushed every last one of his attacks. You know, for somebody who was so like, oh man, I can't take him, we should wait a couple days.
She needed like 8 hours, roughly.
You're right. She's sure showing an overwhelming, like, dominant force right now.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Shiki, here's the plan. I'm gonna paralyze him, and then you're going to MBK him, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna come in, and you're gonna cut his lines, or whatever the fuck bullshit you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then he'll be dead. You'll kill him, and the result will be death. Now she's like, fuck it, doing it myself.
Yeah, so far.
Finally, she's decided to put an end to this. I'm happy to let her do the honors. She doesn't even need my involvement. Any moment now, Ark will crush him.
Well, now that you said that.
Oh, good. Thanks for jinxing it. There's just one thing. Even with our victory so close at hand, my heart beats like crazy. Something feels wrong. His agony, his labored breath, something tells me that things aren't as they seem. The anguish painted on his sallow face is clearer than ever. In this incandescence, he alone inhabits a different world. A white breath, so out of place amid the fiery sea that envelops him. I know that look in his eyes. It's one of obsession and of self-preservation. He's both the aggressor and the victim, which is when I realize that we made a huge mistake.
バカ、何考えてんだ、俺は。
Ark's victory is already guaranteed.
Eh,
I'd be an idiot to try and interfere now.
well.
I ought to sit here and observe. There's no need for me to plunge into that hellscape. Knowing that...
Does it say?
Huh.
Oh,
That's fascinating.
it's got to be a second choice, I guess.
I feel like...
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't say there's a dead end here. But
Okay, we'll save
it
it.
does say that's the right one. So...
Yeah, well, let's save to be safe.
Yeah. I mean, it could just be one of those weird splits. But it's also under, like, a to continue banner, which they
Yeah.
typically only use after, like... That was a choice point.
Yeah.
Well, let's just sit here and watch.
Yeah, we know something's wrong, but, better not interrupt.
I can only keep watching the fight. It's hard to describe the nausea I feel as bile rises to my throat, nor the indescribably cold chill that runs past my spine. It's fine. I couldn't have made it in time anyway, not from here. All I can do, all I should do, is stay here and watch quietly as the battle unfolds.
Oh,
Arc pierces his chest. Blood spurts out from the wound. It flows quick and free like a bottle uncorked. At last, the scorching nightmare is brought to an end. Vlav is pushed past the final threshold. A terrible sound fills the air. It rends time and space as the vampire reveals its true form.
oh.
It's a clock. Crony, is that you? The atmosphere crackles and sparks. The atoms that were accelerated by the heat suddenly decelerate at an unnatural pace.
How can you possibly see that?
Electrons bounce off the ultra-cold matter, and with nowhere to go, react with the atmosphere. Man, his mystic eyes are real good.
Yeah, he's like an electron microscope over here.
Trace on, bitch!
Yeah.
The blue flames that covered the ground around him were never really flames at all.
Well, yeah, it was like an illusion representing heat or something.
They were an exothermic reaction akin to vaporization. The very earth rapidly losing heat.
Ah, okay.
He extends one of his cold-blooded arms. His fingers are spread wide, palm open, as if craving warmth.
ここは寒い。
Oh shit!
Yeah, she's geared towards heat right now.
The beautiful huntress is enveloped in blinding light.
Oh!
It wasn't just the temperature that had dropped. The world itself underwent a drastic change. A torrent of ice blows Ark away and engulfs the city beyond.
Jeez.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so hard for the church to get around.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there was a gas leak and then everything was on fire and then nuclear winter happened.
Right, the smoke from the fires caused nuclear winter, Like it just happened.
Like you do. Everything is frozen. From the ground in the pit below to the roofs of the skyscrapers. All in a flash. Wonder if anyone was left in those buildings.
Well, they're probably dead now.
if there were still people who still hadn't been evacuated, then the sheer cold would have robbed them of their heat and killed them in an instant.
Yeah, suddenly being frozen tends to do that to you.
A shiver runs down my back at the sight before me. I'm afraid to think of what might follow this. Stupid luck that I'm even alive now.
Yeah, really.
Had I been behind Ark on the other side of the crater, I would have been frozen alive.
Oh, yeah, wow, good positioning then.
The river of flames could cover a wide area, but it also spread slowly. Most people would be able to outrun those flames if needed. But this river of frost is something else. It might have a narrow range and follow a set path across the ground, but once it's fired, it spells instant death.
Huh.
You know, somebody pointed out,
Yeah.
with the shift forward in timeline for this, so that, you know, Aoko made more sense, among
sure.
other things, that actually sets this version of Tsukihime after the Fifth Grail War.
Yeah, it's after 2004.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is like 2012 now.
Oh, okay, yeah, so this is
So-
smartphone generation.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a different universe to Stay Night anyway. but-
Yeah.
Because I think it's Tsukihime Mahoyo and then Stay Night Garden of Sinners.
Yeah, those are the four main timelines.
Well, it's really two main timelines.
Wow.
Because Mahoyo and Tsukihime are together. They're in the same timeline.
Well, yeah.
And Garden of Sinners and Stay Night are in the same timeline.
Yes? I'm not sure.